Toyota Tundra. So you get to pick your own color. So we made it white so you can paint on a blank canvas. I also want to thank our sponsors, therefore, the Bass Pro Shops, Bill's Outdoor World, and Toyota for making this possible. And I also want to thank Stacy Griffin, the intelligent and talented Stacy Griffin from WRNR Annapolis, for being here with us. Yay. It's fitting today that we celebrate this, I'm told, the 36th annual National Fishing and Hunting Day, which was signed into national law back in, I believe, you do the math, early 1970s. And it's great to be with all of you. You know, more than 650,000 people fish each year in Maryland. Show of hands, how many of you are Marylanders who fish in Maryland? All right. Now show of hands, how many of you are non-Marylanders who fish in Maryland? All right, how many of you are Pennsylvanians who fish in Maryland? Tell your governor we need his help cleaning up the Susquehanna, would you? We're doing many things to try to make your government work more effectively for you. For the dollars that you pay, not only in your taxes, but also in those fishing licenses and tolls and fees and everything else where you support the work of your government. And you know, the members of the O'Malley Brown administration are old-fashioned. We think if we actually have to pay taxes, that our government should work at least for the money that we give it. And we want to do a much better job of making your government work so that we have recreational sports fishing in the state of Maryland that is sustainable. In other words, I think, you know, I've been out on the water with my son, and one of the great fears that I have as we read about, you know, the health of the Chesapeake Bay, we look at the challenges from climate change and runoff and sprawl and all of these other things that hunters and fishermen certainly were aware of threatened our natural resources long before the general public was as keenly aware. And I think to myself, you know, one of the great fears of my life would be to have to look my grandkids in the eyes in my older years and tell them, you know what, you used to be able to catch fish here. You know what, you used to be able to fish in this part of the bay. That's not the legacy that we want to pass on. You know, we have a responsibility, and it's probably the greatest of freedom's privileges, to be able to be responsible for passing on these natural resources to our grandkids better than we received them ourselves. So I want to thank all of you, the Recreational Fishing Alliance, for being such a strong voice for conservation and for the effective management of these waters. We are about to finalize the membership of the Fishery Management Task Force. We almost have everyone in place, so we get the best ideas and perspectives. It's been my experience, if you get 20 diverse people who know something about a subject and you put them all in one room, you figure out a pretty good way to move forward. Secondly, we are also, while Maryland's oysters are a vital component of our bay's ecosystem, we have an Oyster Advisory Commission held its first meeting to begin developing new strategies, and we are also meeting virtually every other week around BayStat, where we get Department of Agriculture, Department of Environment, Department of Natural Resources, all together around one map to look at all of the various things they do together and how we might be able to do them more impactfully, whether it's cover crops or all sorts of other things in order to preserve the beauty of this bay. The Maryland's recreational anglers make a tremendous contribution to our state's economy, $1 billion. That's what sports fishing is in our state, $1 billion. $1 billion in economic development. I really do appreciate everything that you do for us. Lieutenant Governor Brown would be here, but he's in the air flying back from China, which made it difficult for him to be here. But I want to thank you for what you do, and I need your help. I really need your help. You have been so forward-looking in terms of understanding that there is no such thing as a free lunch, that you can't eat cake and lose weight at the same time. And because of your selflessness, your willingness to put additional dollars into managing our fisheries, I promise you that not in this special session, but in the next general session, we're going to do better on the state side to match your sacrifice and to match your investment. And I thank you for your leadership. But the battle is not over. I need your help. You know, your neighbors And they may laugh at you when they see how fanatic you are, going out and pulling the boat out of the garage and getting up in the early morning hours. But your neighbors respect you, and your neighbors respect your opinion. Your neighbors respect your understanding of what we need to do together as a people to make the Bay more vibrant. Please don't underestimate the respect you have with your neighbors. I leave you with the words of a great president named Abraham Lincoln, who once said to Congress, "My fellow citizens, we cannot escape history. We cannot escape history. We will be remembered in spite of ourselves." What I think all of us want to be remembered for is making this Bay healthier than it was when we received it ourselves from our grandparents, so that the next generations can enjoy it as we have. Thank you all very much.